Alright, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're gonna do an Overlord, Lord of Nazarick priority list for how much stars do you need for characters to be really good or optimized in the battles, and for you to actually get the benefit from them, and which ones you actually need their arc lights, and without their arc lights they're absolutely garbage or useless. And I will tell you my opinion in the end, but this is straight up on facts. This is how they work, or if you really want to compete in PvP or really get the benefit from them in PvE, this is how much you need to build them so you can feel that you are competing versus others. Because as we know that in PvE there is also rankings, something like the Holy Runes, something like the Demonic Tower. The more that you build your units, the more that they will help you in this game. So this ranking will be based on this priority list will be based on the characters that we are having right now in the game, and they are available for us. And in the future, of course, with more additions, we're gonna be changing all of that. And some units I will not even include in priority list, and I will urge you not to build, such as units like right now that are available in the game that you don't even need to build them, or you're not gonna be using them on the long term. Something like Shaltir, the basic normal Shaltir, or Cocytus right now. In the future, you're not even gonna build him, but sometimes he comes helpful in clutch, as many of you did build him to 6 stars. I want to build him to 6 stars because I have him in a build for me, for my teams. Plus, I love the mechanic of the bleed. I know it's very bad because you can dispel it or remove it or cleanse it from your units, but I still love it, and I'll be talking all about that. So first of all, we have the new Cocytus, Icy Cocytus. Is his 6 star needed if you're a competitive player? Now, I'm not talking free to play or normal players or spender. I'm talking about if you're dedicated, you want to spend money and build these characters. Where are they important? If you have your Cocytus and you're a competitive player in PvP or in PvE and you want to build him, you want to go to 6 stars. Why? Because you're going to get a revival or death immunity on one character on your lineup, plus his own death immunity on himself if you get him to 4 star, I think, or 5 star. But the basic thing that you want to go with him is getting him to 6 stars. 6 stars he will be reviving a unit on your lineup. I know the count, or I think the time for it is 24 rounds, and it goes less and less every time. I think with leveling his skills, but let's say it's on 24 rounds. So if every 24 rounds you can save a unit from death, that would be absolutely fantastic. Plus his shields are amazing. He's a good counter team, and he will be for a long time. Until now in China, he's still meta. So he's your top priority rank to build. Now, the other unit that I'll be talking about, which is Knight Albedo. Knight Albedo, one of the best tanks in the game, and then she will drop off because better tanks will be there. Like the tank Demiurge will be there in the game. You will have Hamske, the tank, also the mechanic Hamske will be better than her. She will be a tier lower, but if you already built her and she's 6 star, she's absolutely fantastic. Why 6 star? Because at the start of the battle, she will give shields to everybody, and the shields are huge. It might save your lineup even if you start second. Another unit, which is another tank, 6 stars. Yes, why 6 stars? Because of the value of the protection that she gives and the life steals that she gives as well, and healing one other unit. The damage sharing, everything is great with her. Now, of course, on 5 star and 4 star she works, but the better you build her, or the higher star level that she gets to, she will absolutely protect your team. These units are absolutely, I would say, a must on 6 stars, and these are not wrong to build. So I will tell you other characters that might be wrong to build, and I will tell you not to build them. Now, early game we did build them, but if you're going right now, from this moment, if you have other characters that are like at 4 stars or 5 stars and you want to continue to 6 stars, I would tell you to stop. But if you want to continue them, continue them. One of them is Momon. Momon is not a bad character. He's a great unit. I always say, they told me Momon, I tell them Moron, because I don't hate the unit. What I overhyped units from the start of the game or stuff like that, I always tend to tell people, do not get hyped about them. There will be both better units, single target or AoE. Momon is a great unit at the start of the game, of course, because we don't have Zeshi, we don't have Dark Nabe, we don't have all of these good characters in the game that later you're gonna play. And right now he synergizes well with Cocytus and the counter team, which is really good, but you don't need him actually. And if you want to really build him, you need to get him to 6 star. At 5 stars, he's still one shot if you're playing same levels on same tier gear, good gears versus other units. But if you're playing versus a whale and you're a whale and you have him at 5 star, you're never gonna go and one shot a 6 star unit on a good synergy lineup against him. So this is why we build him on 6 star. He need to be on 6 star so he can one shot and go from a unit to another, and his 6 star value is super highly recommended. Now, I would say Demiurge, if you already built him to 6 star, He's a unit that from 5-star to 6-star, he absolutely changes. On 5-star, he can't one-shot. On 6-star, he might one-shot. On 6-star, his burn and his EP and everything about him will be better. And his 6-star value is absolutely, from earth to the sky, is better than 5-star. If you stopped at 5-star, it's okay, but I would tell you, any unit that is another that I would be putting on the 5-star does better than him being on 5-star. 6-star is where you want to get him. Same as Evil Eye, the more stats that you get her when she's on 6-star, she would absolutely be perfect. But I will talk why you need her only on 5-star. At 6-star, she's absolutely perfect because of stat-wise, but at 5-star, she unlocks her passive, and this is where you want to get her. So we'll be talking about another 2 units, which are, in my opinion, these are useless units. They are not useless for our meta currently, but one more character as single target, he's good, that they will release, and they will be absolutely trash and garbage, which is Gazef and Sebas. Gazef and Sebas, you need super high star level on them. If you have them on lower stars, they will not deal that maximum damage. We tried them, we tried Sebas, we tried to make him kill me on stream live like 2 or 3 times, couple of times on our streams. He didn't work. When he's 6 stars with his arc light, you need his arc light, then he becomes good. But other than that, I wouldn't say they're good. They were bait characters that they will never use in the future when we get better units. They need 6 stars to be good. Other than that, they're trash, they're horrible, okay? Same as Momon. I would say Demiurge, build him even better than Momon. Since he's in AoE, he can stun, he inflict burn, he does a lot of things, while Momon is counter or chase. If he gets stunned, he's useless in the game, and that's how you go about it. Now, units that are good on 5 stars and lower than 5 stars. So the 5 stars Mari absolutely becomes crazy. You need to get him to 5 stars. Now, of course, if you get him to 6 star, it will be absolutely every unit you need to get it to 6 stars. But if you stopped at 5 star with Mari, absolutely beautiful. He will be better than normal 6-star AoE units. Like, this character is absolutely toxic, especially if you get him to 5 star and you get the level 5 on his passive, which will allow you with your ultimate, if you go and hit your ultimate with units that have seed, the seed will stay there even if it explodes. It will not take one of your stacks, which is absolutely fantastic. Another unit, which is Evil Eye with her stats. We checked that at 5 star and 6 star, there's not a big difference. So if you have her for stat-wise for damaging, at 5 star, she still does the same amount, relatively same amount of damage at 6 star. So you can stop at 5 star with Evil Eye and not go invest in her more and more, because you need 2.5 or 3 copies to get her to 6 stars almost, which is a little bit of a harsh investment. Another unit which I have, and this is I'm an expert with Aura since I have her 6 stars actually. At 5 stars, she started to actually become a monster of a single target unit. Yes, 6 stars is a difference between 6 stars to 5 stars because of the stat wise, but at 5 stars she's absolutely perfect. Another unit that shines at 5 stars, and in the future you're never ever gonna use it, which is Cocytus. Cocytus at 5 stars, his passives becomes better and he can absolutely inflict bleed and grievous bleed on everybody. Very, very good unit actually. But on 6 star he becomes even better, a little bit better stat wise, and his ultimate, but you don't need him actually to go on 6 stars. I would for me, I stopped at 5 stars. I can pursue 6 stars, by the way. I will never farm it for 6 stars. I will stop there, and hopefully the game will give me copies on free. Now, Ego Aura, another unit that you don't need on 6 stars actually, you need at 5 stars. At 5 stars she becomes to shred. Now, when you build her to 6 stars, the one-shot potential from the start of the battle with her will be absolutely crazy if you have shock on your units, which will make her a little bit good unit. I would say she's between 5 and 6 stars. It doesn't matter. On 6 stars, she gets more stacks, and the stats actually will help her be a menace in PvP especially. But if you want to use her in PvP, PvE, and you don't want to spend all of this money to build all of these characters, and you want specific characters, I would say Ego Aura, build her at 5 stars, she will do you justice. Now, units that are special, and they are good, and at 4 stars, they unlock everything about them. One of them is PDL. PDL, absolutely a legendary unit. Now, at 6 stars, of course, with his second skill, he stuns. But I wouldn't say build him for 6 stars just for his stun. Like, if you want to stun, you can play a unit from 3 stars and it could stun. Like, the normal Yuri, if you want. Like, the tank Yuri. Or any other unit that can stun from the start. Absolutely a great unit. His overall wall of shield is absolutely huge, isolating wall. And his second skill will give him also the ability to have a shield so he can go and protect you with support. A great unit. We'll be talking about Arc Lights soon. but he's a great unit to get him to 4-star. 3-star, he works as well, but with 4-star, he becomes even better with his wall, especially when you get it to level 5, where he removes debuffs from all of your lineup. Now, Shaltir. Yes, Shaltir, Idol Shaltir. A great unit, of course. If you ask me what should we do with Idol Shaltir, continue farming her at 6 stars. You need her at 6 stars. She's the best carry right now for 6 stars, and she will be one of the best carries from now until the later releases. Until now on CN, she goes through a little bit of comps and she's still viable and have her own meta there. So she's a great, and she accelerates at 4 stars. If you have her at 3 stars, that would be awesome. 4 stars is not that hard. I mean, you're gonna get 30 shards if you're gonna go and do the bonds, and then if you're gonna get 20 more shards, or I think 30 more shards, you're gonna build her, which will be perfect for her. Now, another unit, which is Ego Mari. Ego Mari the tank. When you get it to 4-star, the ability of the shields will become better, and you're gonna be healing your units, and you'll almost not get one shot immediately at the start of the battle, which is absolutely huge. One of the most toxic healers, I still stand by my words, one of the most defensive toxic healers in the game, and this is why we see it on China or on CN on the actual meta. He's even used more than the usage of Renner. They don't care about Renner anymore. They use Mari because Mari is even better, especially with the counter team with Cocytus, and I talked about this in the previous video. Now, Pestonia, another unit that you need on 4 stars just for the purification that she does and the turn meter that she gives you with the ultimate. So her 4 stars is so much needed. You can play her at 1 copy, but she will not give you the purification or remove. She can remove stuns, taunts, and she can remove also any kind of debuffs, especially healing block. She can remove it and heal you, force heal the unit that you have. Absolutely a great unit actually, and she inflicts silence. So she does all the packages. The only downside about her that she's a little bit slow, plus her healings does not give you shield or more than that. So this is how Mari is super important and superior to her, just with the fact of the shields that he gives with his healing. And this is why Renner also is good for that purpose. Pandora's Actor, another unit that you might need, or you need to build him on 4 stars if you want his passives to be even better, and you want his skill or ultimate becomes better, and he will give you even more buffs. Albedo, or Maid Albedo, another unit. Maid Albedo, also another priority unit, and she will be used in late games and late meta, because until now in China there's comps that plays her. This is why I said tier 0, and tier 0, and you need to build them. These are great units. Even PDL is a great tier 0 as well, but in the future you might play without him, but he's strictly for PvE. He will be absolutely great. At 4 stars, she becomes even better, and she can assist even more and increases her damage massively. The difference between 5 stars and 4 stars is not significant. If you want to go for her, go to 6 stars. Either keep her at 4 star or go 6 star. 5 star does not matter that much. Now, the characters at 1 copy that works, which is Albedo and Nabe and First Black. Because these units are already available in the game for us to farm them for free. So it's not that important for you to go and actually go for them and grind them. You can grind them. Right now for me, they are at 5 stars, and Black is almost at 4 stars. So it's not you need to build them, or you need. It's passively, you're gonna build them. If you like it or you don't like it, you're gonna build them. It's not your choice, it's the game choice, okay? So this is why we put them here on 1 copy. Now, another unit that is absolutely right now useless and trash, and you don't need actually to build her, which is Shaltir. Why I said she was the best single target at the game? Because you can get a free copy of her, plus you can buy 2 copies from the shop or 3 copies, and you can summon her and you can 6-star her immediately from the start of the game. And she's one that to cleanse herself, not get debuffs, and absolutely you can trash the entire lineup just with her auto attacks or with her second skills. And now that we progress, we got better characters, we got new characters, new metas in the team, and we got the banners for them that they were not available for us to snipe. Now she becomes a bad character actually to build. If you have her at 1 copy at 3 stars, she would help you inflicting some teams. You want to go and inflict like defense down, or you want to do some life steal, or you want to play her as a single target from the Garnet faction. If you have her, she would help you in PvE at 1 copy. Trust me, 4 copies, 5 copies, it doesn't matter. 1 copy is only good. Runner. Many people will argue with me and tell me, no, she needs to be 6 stars. I know what you mean, 6 stars, her passives and her ultimate and everything. At 1 star, you just need her if you're free to play. If you're a very high whale and you just like, I'm waiting for the healer, the light or celestial Albedo, the light, what's her name? I think Clementine. She's a good healer as well. Why would I buy or put all my resources on another healer? I get you. I'm with you with this idea. do not build her. Just get her one copy, make her on speed, and you can start your lineup with her and you get your buff from her heals, and that's it. In the future, you can build other characters. The most important thing about her is her speed right now. And right now on China, there's no single team that plays Renner. There's no single team that plays Renner. I'm just telling you that from now so you understand. Even if it forces them to start second. Now, of course, they built her. On cheesy teams, sometimes they just need speed so they can go and start. There are other characters that have the same speed as her and faster than her. Right now, she's the fastest on our servers. This is why I recommend anybody that is forcing themselves, we need somebody for us to start at the start of the battle. Just get her one copy and she will help you. Yes, of course, her 6 copies, you either get her on one copy and that's it, or you get her to 6 copies. 4 copies will help a little bit, 5 copies will help a little bit, but the most important thing is her speed, and her speed does not relate to her star level. And that's it about these characters and where do you need them on the star level priority. These are all the SSRs that we have right now in the game. I'll be talking now about the Arclights. So the most important Arclights in the game, Mare. First of all, you cannot play this character without getting the Arclight. If you didn't have the Arclight by any chance, me by luck, I pulled the Arclight randomly in the random summoning Arclight banner. If you didn't get his Arclight, just go and summon or farm for this Arclight for this character. He's pretty much OP in PvE, you'll need him a lot. In PvP right now, he's good. He will be good for a long time and then he will fall off. Nobody will use him because different metas will help you with synergizing different characters, but he's still a good unit. You can include him. If you're not a whale that you want to spend a lot, if you're free to play, he will be forever one of your best carries as AoE with the dot function that he has. Now, Cocytus or Icy Cocytus. He is a great unit, and his EX or his Arclight, the EX from his Arclight is super important and helpful for him. It does not only increase his counter rate by 20%, but it will give him, every time he counters, a 20% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown, which is absolutely amazing for him. And if you can spam his ultimate, he will be an absolute tank of a monster, and he will keep your entire team surviving, and he will do actually good amount of damage because it's maxed on his HP, and his Arclight gives him a lot of HP. So don't sleep on that. If you can get his Arclight, you will be in safe hands playing this unit. Now, Maid Albedo, also her Arclight is super important and you need to get her Arclight. If you summon for her and you have her Arclight, good job. If you don't have, just wait for her Arclight to come back and go and summon for it, because it's absolutely fantastic for her. When she has more buffs than the enemy target that she's hitting, she nullifies their defense. This at 1 star, she nullifies 25% of their defense. Now, if she goes to 5 star or 6 stars on her Arclight, she nullifies 50% of their defense. It cut the defense in half, which would be absolutely crazy. And some people are playing her with Hamske, which also reduces their defenses by 21% plus 200 on flat points, which is absolutely crazy. Now for Pistonia. Pistonia is one of the units that it's super important for you to have her Arclight. Her Arclight is so helpful for you, and actually it will help you actually get another turn, and you can silence after that, you can reduce the cooldown, and you can get a little bit of turn meter for yourself, for your Pistonia as well. Absolutely a great unit actually, and her Arclight is super important for her. Momon, his Arclight is super important for him as well, because Momon can actually potentially one-shot, especially if he's on 6 star. If you have his Arclight at 1 star, that's all what he needs. Now, of course, if you build it more, he will absolutely go and deal a lot of damage. Now, Evil Eye as well, she needs her Arclight because upon entering the battle, she will get the spell burst, or every time she does, or every 5 attacks or 5 times she deals damage, instances of damage, she gets spell burst, and she absolutely becomes a monster. That she's a potential one-shot OTK full lineup, not only one character, but a full lineup with her, especially what we play her with Renner into her, into Hamske sometimes, or into Idol Shaltir, and that's it all. Or if you don't want a Hamske, you can play her with other unit that deals AoE, such as Demiurge or normal Albedo. Now, PDL, I want you to focus on this one with me. So PDL is a unit that his Arclight is super important and beneficial for him, but it's not also a must have. You can play without it, but trust me, because I have PDL and I have his Arclight. Playing him with his Arclight absolutely changes the way that you play PDL. Especially that I used to play Arclight that gives him a little bit of shield, so he can start the battle with giving the shield or the support for other units, which you can counter with first black, but it's not the problem. The problem is when you get his Arclight, he becomes even worse, because he gets, he becomes better and worse for your enemies. Because he gets a defensive buff, which is a stat, which is a multiplier on percentage on defense with his Arclight, and it's actually huge. Plus, he gets his shield or his wall. After it gets removed, he gets his own shield, 90% of his defense, which is huge. And then he can support again without you pressing his C2. Absolutely a great unit. His arc light, I would say it's not super needed, but it's needed if you're gonna need it, if you want it to work for you on a specific run. Now, let me talk about this in a specific way. Idol Shaltir. Is her arc light a must-have? At 1 star, no. But more than 1 star, yes, it becomes a must-have because of the multiplier that she does. Because it starts at 7.5 and you get the 2 buffs from it, so it goes up to 15%. And there's an arc light, which is an SR, that it gives her a start of the battle 15% buff in attack, which is absolutely great. Now, the difference between her arc light and that arc light that I was talking about is she gets also 2 stacks of her fan admiration, which is perfect for her. Now, if you get it to 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, and 6 stars, it becomes super huge. And I would say it's a must-have for you to get it for her. But if you want to go and is it replaceable? Can you replace it at 1 star at least? Can you replace it with something else? Yes, an SR, which is, I think freeze also works with her as well. And there's another one which worked with her as an SR. I will be putting it in the video here in the screen. I forgot the name of this on top of my head. I didn't type it down. But anyway, it works. It gives her 15% of attack at the start of the battle, which will be crazy. But if you go for more stars on her arc light, absolutely wonderful, and it will help you clear your lineup and one-shot it. Now, Aura. Is her arc light super important? It will increase the chase, and whenever you get 4 chases, it will reduce the cooldown of your ultimate, which is absolutely great, and it will give you more turn meter by her passive when you do more chases. I would say it's really, really good on her. Is it a must-have as well as like for Idol Shaltir? I would say 1 copy of it, it works on her. I wouldn't say like go more. If you go more for her, it will be crazy for her. But so far, I wouldn't recommend just go out of your way to build Aura with her arc light. Maybe in the future, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it does not matter. Demiurge is absolutely needs his arc light. It will give him more burn, so you can inflict bleed or inflict stun immediately. Excuse me, there is no bleed in this. The more that he inflicts burn, the more that he unleashes his stuns and stun your enemies, which is really perfect for him. So I would say his arc light for the people who built him, if he's at 5 or 6 stars for you, yes, you need his arc light at least 1 star to help you up with that. Now, units that does not work without their arc light. So let's say Sebas, you one-shot somebody, you kill them. With his arc light, you get back half of the vigor that you wasted because he consumes all of his vigor when he one-shot a unit or kills a unit. Now, if you don't have his arc light, you need to build his vigor from 0 again. So you need to get hit, or your maids need to get hit, or you need to attack with him or with your maids so he can actually get his vigor back, which is really a little bit hard for you to accumulate. This is what I would say. And this is what I would tell you, it's a must-have for him. If you're a Sebas lover like me and you want to build him for 6 stars like me, you need his arc light, just like what I will do. Call me stupid, but I like Sebas. He's my favorite character. This is why I'm gonna do that. I know it will hurt my account, but it's something that I like and I will do it. For Gazef lovers as well, is he a must-have? Do you need to build him? Just like I said, he works when you get him to 6 stars and he needs his arc light to deal damage. If you don't have his arc light, yes, of course you can play without his arc light. He will be half the decency that he has, and he's not a decent unit as well. He's the worst 3 units in the game is the normal Shaltir, Gazef, Sebas, and I would say Momon after that, and then Kokaitis as regular characters. Again, if this was the launch of the game and we don't have the super characters, I wouldn't place them in that way. But because they are these characters and the game is becoming older and older, we're on our like 3rd and a half, 4th month, and this game is stabilizing and we're getting the good units from like that Chinese have. So yes, worst characters is one of them, Gazef and Sebas. Don't either build them if you want to play the game competitively, but if you want to have fun, yeah. If you build Gazef, you need his arc light, and guess what? You need it at 3 stars. 1 star would help you, 2 star would help you, 3 star will actually make him decent. So he would be doing half the damages that Aura and Momon does on a regular basis, or at least he would do 20% of what Maid Albedo does actually. So this is what I would be talking about. That many people will tell me, why do you hate Gazef so much? He's one of my favorite characters in the anime. In this game, I don't know why they made him trash. This is why I'm hating on him, because I hate the fact that he's not broken with his martial arts. I hope they give us a character that is Gazef that absolutely can be a superior unit to these units. And that was the priority list. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this priority list? Would you rank anybody higher on star level? Would you get somebody's arc light before anybody else? And I'll be seeing you in the next one.